Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch shoes at any angle. So firstly I'm going to show you these 7 tips on how to improve your shoes, and then we'll sketch these examples here, each with their own challenge, and we'll finish up by sketching this more detailed shoe here for fun. So tip number 1, a very important tip, is how big do we make that shoe in proportion to the body. I usually start with sketching people at the head and make my way down to the feet. So when I'm sketching that shoe, it's approximately that same height as the head. So when we're looking at the front view of the head here, the foot is just slightly longer than the height of the head. So make sure when you're doing a shoe, compare it to the head. So tip number 2 is the proportions of the shoe. So see that circle at the bottom? That is that circle around the heel. And then if you multiply that by 3, that's usually the length of the foot. And then you can compare it to the head to see if you've got it right. And there are 2 main shapes here. That circle around the heel, that oval which goes around the front of the foot towards where the toes are. Tip number 3 is how to make your foot look like a left foot or a right foot. On the left foot, both those curves curve to the right, and then on the right foot, both those curves curve to the left. Now tip number 4, so when looking at a shoe from the front, you can see that inside edge of the leg goes straight down, past the ankle, straight down. But the outside edge curves out like that, quite a distance. So that's where the shoe, the width of the shoe goes out that way. Tip number 5, now we're looking at the side of the shoe. And you can see here that back edge is curved back like that, curves out. But that top edge from the side curves in. And then in that side view, if you're showing the person walking, sometimes we tend to make the shoe completely bend the whole way. But actually it's only that front third of the foot. You can see in this picture, third down from the toes, that's where the shoe bends, and the rest of it's pretty much straight. Okay, tip number 7 is the process of sketching. So when I'm looking at a shoe like this, I'm thinking about those red circles there around the ankle. It curves down. You can see that top curve, and then connecting all those lines. And we've talked about all the lines in the previous tips. But this is how you draw the shoe without all of the details like an X-ray. So we're going to draw some examples now, and the first 5 will be very small. We'll put them on the page here, because in reality, when we're drawing people, the shoes are actually quite small. But for fun, we're going to be doing this reference here in a lot of detail, doing it bigger with some watercolor. So we'll draw these with the legs and the shoes at the different angles here. So first draw the outline of this leg, going back up, and make sure this leg is a little bit longer because of the angle. Comes down a bit more. So then we start at the back here, go down like that to the bottom, and then we draw that. First we have to put where the end of the shoe is. So 1, 2, 3. It might come out a little bit further there, the oval at the front. And then arching up. Just break them up, very simple. And usually with these, you can just draw impressionistic. So then we come out of that section there, 1, 2, 3. So now let's draw that front part of the shoe, but then it arches back up. You can now break up that shape. I like that shoe, that worked out quite well. So our next example is the walking shoes here. So we'll draw the leg, and then up. Just draw the width of the leg, arc down like that. So that 1, 2, 3, and then we aim that back to there and around here for the sole. And then we come around the back. Let's do this front section, aiming down this way, like there, and then it starts to curve. And now it's going up the sole. Okay, now we've got these front view shoes. We'll put the pants in, and we're drawing loosely. Okay, we've got these basic shapes. Inside edge here is straight down. See how straight it is? And straight here. But then on the outside, the shoe flares out this way. That's where we want the width right out there. So the height of the sock there is almost that height to that back point of the shoe. So that's about the back there. So coming out and then quite flat through the front there. It's important. So around the front helps show the form. But we can add some of the detail. It's coming quite straight down. Very flat on the front. Have a little indent here, like that. Draw another line just for interest. And the cool socks. These are shoes from the back now. Outline of the track pants that come down. We draw the width of the leg there. Dips down around the ankle and then up. So that's cool to be able to draw that. Sort of arching down. The circle around the back heel. It's almost about that same distance of the ankle out to here. Goes up and then into that other shoe. The inward curve up to the top. Around like that. Now let's draw the other shoe. Let's draw the pants. And so let's draw the sole. And making sure it comes out more on this side. big arch in. And you can see the top of the shoe and then into there, these details on the shoe. And now we're going to move on to our most challenging reference here, as voted by my Patreon members. Then the bit of the thigh comes down, we have the knee. So let's draw the side of the foot here and draw a flat line and then pass this point here because we're coming out this way. And then curving around this way. And then for the back of the shoe, a circle. The oval comes like this. And then we go this top bit of the shoelaces back and forth. So there are 5 quick exercises of shoes at different angles. So now we're going to draw a bigger, more detailed shoe here just for fun, and then add in some watercolor as well. So we'll start here with the right leg here and draw that curving coming down. Comes right up at a nice angle, back of the shoe there. And so we've got that distance there, and we can go back, we can go 3, 1, 2, and 3. So that's about where the end is. See that angle there, it's nice, this way. Coming there and then flat all the way to the end. And now we can break up into the next biggest shapes. It's quite a thick sole. Back on the line, comes into that point, goes down like, and then wrapping around there again, waves up, and then down, straight up like that. Quite thick at this end and then comes thinner and thinner, down and then up. Branding, and then around, loop around the front. Now we have a shoelace this way. So little dashes. And it comes across, comparing shapes, coming down. Got this nice line like this, comes up like that. Wavy cutout front bit, 2 lines there, and then. Now we're going to add some watercolor on the top, just a very light splash. I reckon we can go Payne's Grey. Nice broad strokes, and then on this side too. I've got turquoise, but you could use cerulean blue. So bring that across, blue to this, put your finger there. Now to add lighting to white shoes, you need a bit of shadows, and my favourite colour is purple, but you can use any colour you like. On the bottom, got a broad stroke here, we add the shadow that goes in there, in between there, so maybe around the shoelaces. So there you go, that's how I sketch shoes. I hope you enjoyed those tips at the beginning. If you want the full tutorial with all the examples here and all the steps and explanation, that'll be over my Patreon page, where you can get the full tutorial, the reference and the template, which will help you with shoes in the future. Plus there's a whole lot of other fundamental tutorials over there for you if you're a beginner. We've got a community where you can share your sketches and ask any questions you like. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.